So I want to make something very clear in this video and really in regards to all of my videos. I'm never advocating nor am I promoting use of illegal substances, nor am I promoting or encouraging binge drinking or eating or binging anything. It's not healthy. What I am doing in these videos, for one, is just sharing my life, my personal journey. And with that being said, I'm not a medical expert and I'm never giving medical advice or what you should do. I'm simply sharing my experience and now more so the more painful parts as I seek to heal myself and maybe ultimately get some sleep. But I did just want to point that out and make it very clear that I do not encourage or promote illegal use of substances or binging in any way. What I do promote is healing, figuring out the why behind the behaviors, addressing those so that you don't cope in certain ways. That is what my attempts with these videos lately have been. A challenge to myself throughout the month of June, and then now trying to sustain myself and balance everything in my life that I do want to enjoy, because at the end of the day, I do want to enjoy alcohol sometimes or smoking weed. And yeah, when I do those things, I like to have a cigarette with them and apparently some food, right? But I'm not doing those things in moderation anymore. And I need to be addressing that on a more serious level, is what I'm starting to think and feel. Even if I don't want to admit that, here's my admission. So today is July 18th. It's 8:25 a.m. My God. So I know I say I'm tired all the time, but because I'm getting such little sleep and then just everything doesn't help. I know that. Okay. So I know that essentially I've been coping with alcohol and weed and food. I knew I liked food. I just guess I didn't realize how much food I would eat, which explains the weight gain. So my point with everything though is just like, today I'm not really okay. Like, I'm just not okay. My body is really shaky. And I'm sure that has to do with not, having drank. But part of that too is like, I'm just so tired. Like, I'm so shaky. It's so uncomfortable. And so, again, not getting any sleep, I was kind of thinking, well, I can go buy a bottle of wine and I know that will help me sleep a couple of hours at least. And I don't want to do that. I really don't want to continue coping like this. It's just a constant cycle. It's not what I want to be doing. None of it feels good. Especially today, like being so tired and wanting to sleep. So anyway, I thought I was out of weed. I thought I'd smoked all those pre-rolls, but decided to look around and I found one, as opposed to drinking, I guess we'll say. And just gonna try and sleep, honestly. I know I'm behind on my videos, and I mean, I care, but I can really only care so much about certain things at this point. And I do want to point out, like, my sleep was an issue during the month of June, where I was sober and had a lot of healthy habits. Sober all but one day, rather, but and had a lot of healthy habits. So just kind of thinking and talking out loud here, because I'm really just not happy about the fact that I've started to drink and smoke weed more frequently. Like, this isn't life. It's not fun, and it's not the kind of life I truly want and know I deserve. I think I'm also maybe realizing like just how much smoking and drinking like does benefit my sleep, but then it doesn't. So it's like really kind of one of those weird things where you're like, it helps, but not in the long run. But it's nice to kind of have a little relief and to sleep a little bit. And I really don't like sleeping during the day, but I think I am going to go ahead and try to sleep. I know that that's what I need, even if it's the daytime and it's morning, but I can sleep. I'm allowed to sleep. Such weird things. Anybody else like this with their sleep? Like just you don't sleep basically, or you sleep a couple of hours and still function. But I'm getting to the point where it's not functionable. I'm not functioning. I'm so tired. I can barely think straight. This has to stop. And what I mean there is that I have to start getting sleep, and I need to go back to focusing on healthier habits and not coping using these things. One of my other plans for today, because I really did have plans, there is plenty of stuff I want to do, like wash my comforter, which I have to go to the laundromat and do because it's bigger than the washer, I guess. I wanted to go on my walk. I wanted to edit and work on and post videos. Did I say take a walk already? I was even thinking Pilates, but there's like no way that's gonna happen. Oh, I did want to go to this church where they like have psychedelics like shrooms. It's a legal public church here in Colorado Springs that's focused on healing through spiritual and plant-based ceremonies. You donate to participate, and everything is guided in a safe, intentional environment. But it sounds really interesting. And then if I'm not mistaken, I'm just gonna, I don't know, because I should just get my own facts before I share, but it looks like a pretty neat place, and I was thinking that, maybe would help with everything right now. So that might be up for consideration. And the reason I was planning on doing that today is because on Friday is when they have this thing. So I did want to do that. It's been on my list for a while. I just have not done it. And now is the perfect opportunity. I have Javier's car since he's out of town for the next few days. So, I don't know. We'll see. I hope I sleep. Notice how that wasn't really on the list. We'll see what happens. So there's like Sober Kate, where I'm like, I'm gonna show you guys how cool our world is and do all these fun things. And then there's this Kate where we have to look at both sides, right? Like, I do enjoy a lot about my life, and I choose to share, a lot of the good. I'm not as honest or transparent maybe with the rest of it, right? Like the bad. So, and not the bad, but just, I don't know, life, right? So I guess I really don't even want to talk about it, but that right there is probably the fact that I need to talk about it. And so I'm sorry, I haven't really been sharing as much as I'm actually doing. So for example, the drinking and the eating are more than what you guys are seeing. So it's really got me questioning, like, should I go to rehab? Like, that's what all the cool kids do. No. But really, like, I'm a big advocate for therapy. Why not rehab? Because this isn't working. But why not rehab is because my thing is I'm like, oh no, I can do this by myself. I can do this. So why am I not doing it? Do I need intervention? Do I need help? I don't know. I want to say no. I know I can get sober. I've done it plenty. Drinking is just, and smoking weed, I just can't do those things. In moderation, apparently. I can certainly do them, plenty of it, by the way, but in moderation seems to be a whole other thing. But definitely not the impact I want to have on my life. And again, it's not just like that those things are why I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling. It's a multitude of things and stresses and just putting my body through exhaustion. On top of it, dealing with a mental exhaustion that causes a physical exhaustion. I think part of it too is just disappointment in myself. And it's kind of embarrassing to say, like, oh, I drink more than I probably should. My therapist and I were talking about moderation to an extent, and I think I mentioned having some wine, like like 4 glasses, and she's like, oh my gosh. And that really kind of was like, is that too much? Like, I guess it is. So and for me, it's never just one glass of wine. I take that back. There has been rare occasions, and I can think of one. But anyway, that's the thing, though. Once I have one drink, I want to have 5 more drinks and some shots and whatever else. But what is that doing for me? It's certainly not helping. And this is not where I want to be. In bed, tired. But it's also just being depressed. And again, those substances don't help any of this. Now, I did go back to sleep for about an hour this morning, so a total of roughly 3 hours, 40 minutes. But that second hour, I'm telling you, it did not seem like sleep. It seemed like I was still very aware and not sleeping. So not the best quality. It is 1:46 p.m. and I finally made it out of bed, so that's good. And made myself a breakfast burrito. So I was thinking about maybe just not even walking today. Just allowing myself some time to really rest. So I really haven't decided. I hate to do that, but at the same time, like, I need to do what's best for me, even if I don't want to do it, right? So that's my coffee. Oh, by the way, I'm having some of my son's Starbucks caramel macchiato creamer in there today. Don't normally do that, but kind of a little treat. I don't normally like the sweeteners for coffees. The creamers, just, I like half and half, pretty simple. All right, so I'm gonna eat, relax, and see what I end up doing. So not a fan of this later schedule, doing everything so late. It is 4:50 p.m. and I'm gonna do Pilates, so that's a good thing. 20 minutes here with a resistance band. So I'm gonna get started. I got dressed, I did my makeup, took myself to Red Robin, had the Brussels sprouts and the Southwestern salad. Absolutely love that salad there. This is where I'm walking today. Never been here, not even really sure what this park is called. I just checked the time on my so I just checked to see, how long I'd been walking already. And I didn't set the timer after all, so that's great. Those clouds look so cool over there. And the sky is starting to change. I must admit, that is one thing that has been really nice about these later walks, is seeing all the color in the sky. So here we are at the other end of the park. Gonna just turn around here in a second and do the loop again. So I did make the decision. I'm gonna go to that psychedelic church. I'm heading there actually after this walk. So pretty excited to see what it's all about too. Wow. There's Pikes Peak. We are pretty far east in Colorado Springs right now. Really, probably not even considered Colorado Springs at this point. It is actually, but yeah, we're just really far east in Colorado Springs this evening. Okay, done walking the park for now because I wore my sandals and I keep getting gravel in them. So going to actually instead just walk down this street here. That sky is just too amazing. Wow. Wow. Wow, that is too cool. Oh, by the way, I think the park is called Feathergrass. Wow, that is just such a great sky. Wow. Those flowers there have just a tiny bit of pink on them. Oh, some back here do too. So the app I use to track my walk, it is going to show a mile, but mind you, it was actually just over a mile since I forgot to track the walk or didn't start it. There's the last look at the sky this evening. I'm actually glad I didn't stay and do another loop around the park there, because I didn't have the same view as when I walked up that hill there. Okay, so the place I went to,
Okay.
church, like magic mushrooms.
Don't tell me that mushroom the one makes you feel.
Yeah, but the thing is that they're supposed to be helpful with mental health, like depression, anxiety, and addiction. And it was pretty neat, a neat little place. It's actually in a house, footage, if that's okay, which is kind of different, yeah. But it's like you can just go and hang out at that house, and then on Tuesday they have a sermon. So, like Tuesday night is their service night, like their sermon night, yeah. And tonight's just like a lounge night. Okay, so here we have the outfit for July 18th. Really like this dress. I like that it has pockets. It's starting to fit me again, which is nice. And it usually has some sort of gold, not necklace, but piece that goes here, but I didn't bother with all that today. But here we have the dress, the outfit for July 18th. Not always a fan of these hearts because I just feel like they're too perfect, right? They're just too easy, I guess, in a sense. But I will certainly take it nonetheless. So today's Kate heart for July 18th is this simple sticker heart we have on the car here. As always, thank you for your time and for watching.